We're still on Mishnah Haroeh, and we're going through various natural phenomena and the blessings on them. And now the Gemara is going through the Mishnah bit by bit, here on page 59. And it quotes from the Mishnah, Va'al ha'ra'amim, and on thunder. And the Gemara asks the question, My ra'amim, what is thunder? Or what is the cause of thunder? Where does thunder come from? Amar Shmuel says, Anone begalgala, clouds in collision. Shinemar, as it says, Kol rahamcha begalgal heiru v'rakim, tevel ragzo v'tirash haaretz. The rumble of your thunder was in the rolling wind, lightning bolts lit the world, the earth trembled and roared. So there's a verse here in Psalms that seems to imply the rumble of your thunder was in the rolling wind. The rolling wind seems to imply that clouds are smashing together, according to Shmuel. Okay, that's Shmuel's idea. That's what causes thunder. Rabbanan Amre, and the rabbis say, Anane deshafche maya lahadode. The clouds that slosh water into one another. That's what causes thunder. Shinemar, as it says, the kol titoy hamon mayim bashamayim. At the sound of his placement of a multitude of water in the heavens. So it seems like this verse from Jeremiah is about the placement of a multitude of waters in the heavens, and that's what produces the sound. So that's what the rabbis say. Rav Acha bar Yaakov Amar. Rav Acha bar Yaakov says, Barka takifa devarik ba'anona. It's a powerful lightning bolt strikes a cloud. Umethabar gezize devarzo, and shatters pieces of hail. Rav Ashi Amar. Rav Ashi says, Anone chalchule machalchale. Hollow clouds. There are hollow clouds. V'asei ziko umenashev apumayu, and the wind comes and blows by their openings. V'dome kiziko al pumdone, and this is similar to when wind blows over the mouths of barrels. And the Gemara concludes, Umistabro Rav Acha bar Yaakov, and it seems reasonable to say like Rav Acha bar Yaakov, Devarik Barka, Umenahame Anane Va'ase Mitra, because the lightning flashes, the clouds rumble, and then the rain comes. So because the lightning seems to happen before the clouds, before the thunder, it's reasonable to think like Rav Acha bar Yaakov thinks that it's the lightning that causes the thunder. So this is really interesting, because when I read this, I thought, actually, as we know today, the speed of light is greater than the speed of sound, and actually, lightning and thunder happen at the same time, and both of them are caused by the friction of cloud smashing. I guess I was with Shmuel on this point, who says "Anane begalgala," clouds in collision. But then I realized I don't really understand thunder so well, so I did a little bit of research. And the dominant brontological view at the moment is that in fact lightning is so hot it reaches like 30,000 Kelvin or something, which is about 29,700 degrees Celsius, and basically 30,000 Celsius around there. So it's so hot that that the air is transformed into plasma, the fourth state. You have solid, liquid, gas, and like this fourth state plasma, which is like super hot. Really, it usually only happens in like inside the sun and in the center of like nuclear reactors and stuff. So apparently, lightning is hot enough to produce that, and then the air expands rapidly into the surrounding air faster than the propagation of the speed of sound, and therefore it causes a sort of shockwave effect, kind of like what you get at the front of a supersonic jet. So So that's really interesting because it does actually seem like it's the lightning that causes the thunder. And so the Gemara choosing a side with Rav Berachos is well done to them. They seem to have gotten it right. I don't think it's about it strikes a cloud and shatters pieces of hail, okay, but still pretty good effort for what, like 500 AD or perhaps earlier. Um, the one thing that I mean, this is a great little section. I feel like if I understood this section better, I'd understand the entire Talmudic process a lot better. Um, because one of these things that I've been thinking about a lot, and I think it's maybe coming into vogue a little to think about, is to what extent is any of this an attempt to be to describe the natural world, and to what extent is any of this uh, an attempt to um, describe what my friend Nathan calls our dream time, our mythological universe layered onto the real universe. Because I think like that distinction is a lot clearer today than it was then. But at the same time, it does seem like even then they sort of understood that they were doing two different things. And I'm not sure to what extent that's the case. Like, I'd really love to sit down with one of these guys and be like, yeah, so when you say, this, you mean that, or is that to make a point? What's going on? Anyway, those are a few thoughts on this section. And if you want to know Ma'ira Amim, what causes thunder, there's a healthy little Talmudic dispute here in Haroeh. The one other thing I will say is I like the fact that that natural phenomena are subject to this sort of gentlemanly dispute. I think that's a really healthy thing. I mean, that sort of that in itself seems to predate the scientific method by several hundred years. But it's not trivial. The idea that the scholars of a society are speaking the same language and are allowed to disagree and about matters of fact as well as matters of policy, and that their disagreements are noted, their disagreements are recorded, and still learned to this day. All right, we should be blessed. Many brachos.